Students can join the session within 2 or 3 minutes. It's fine. With the rest of you, I shall start. Okay, so very good afternoon to all of you present in the session. We are in the second lab of your DTPS subject, design thinking and problem solving. Okay, and if you can recall, in our previous session, we saw what is design thinking, how it is relevant to your engineering, how you can do design thinking, the 5 phases. Can anyone remember those 5 phases? Anybody? 5 phases of your design thinking. What will be the very first stage, or you can say the phase? Yes, students. Mihir. Suman, in this session, I would like you to answer by unmuting yourself, okay? Because we are very few participants here. It is not like class. So you can unmute and answer. I shall be observing chat very less, not very often. So try to speak up in this session, okay? Yes, so Suman, what is the first step?
Hello,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
first step is empathize. Excuse me, ma'am.
विकास
के
म्याम जानुभयो
त्यही जस्तो छ तेरो त इयरफोन बिग्रेछ भने होइन
यो भाइको हो म
Suman and Vikash.
यस म्याम
I can hear you out very clearly, and even it is recorded very clearly. So again, I'm reminding, no more local language conversations, please.
ओके म्याम
And when I ask, kindly unmute yourself and answer as early as you can.
ओके म्याम
Okay, thank you. Now I'm presenting my screen, because if you don't, recalling your previous session, today's session is not very fruitful.
नो म्याम
Vikash,
यस म्याम
yes. Do you want to say anything, Vikash?
वी नो वी आर सेइङ
Okay,
और
fine.
द
It's okay. You can mute yourself for now.
ओके म्याम
I'm presenting my screen. Let's refresh what we saw in your previous lab. The content might get detailed than the previous session because we were going to, share this slide with you. So you might find the content in a more, written format rather than what you saw previously. Okay. We talked about, making people want things to making things what people want. So basically what we talked about was that we don't have to make things uh, and then make people want it. Okay, we now my voice is clear, Yograj? Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
My voice is now clear. I got a message that my voice is not clear.
And now clear.
Okay. So this is what we are dealing with design thinking. What are your key elements? The first, it is people centered. That means you have to have the empathy. Okay. You should be highly creative. Highly creative means out of the box solutions. Okay. Hands on. That means there has to be something done, not just ideation. Okay. You have to work. And fourth is the iterative, means you have to test your solution, modify the solution accordingly, and then again produce the solution. So those were the key elements. Okay, we here I have kept the explanation as such why it is people centered, and we discussed about empathy. We also saw how highly creative you can be, like you come up with new solutions. If you can remember, we had discussed the example about heating the water. Can you recall that?
Hello.
Was about installing our face recognition system. Third solution which we discussed was about GPS system installed, that within the vicinity, if my if I'm coming in the vicinity of my home, like 2-3 kilometers in that vicinity, then the heater will get on. Can you recall that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that is what we did in highly creative. Hands on, we discussed like we should stop discussing and we should start working. Okay, so that is what hands on was about. And iterative is about your solutions. Like it is not the perfect solution every time, you have to modify it as your environment changes. Then we saw that this famous quote by Mr. Steve Jobs, that design is not just what it looks like and feels like, but design is how it works, right? I gave you the example of this video. The machine locust attack was one of the things. Okay, so that is what we saw. We also saw about traditional workshops and design thinking workshops. Which one is more better? We discussed upon that. Okay. This is more explanatory form of this traditional workshop and design thinking workshop as to how innovation comes into picture. We saw the phases. This is what I was talking about. The empathize phase, where you are going to learn from your audience, like what is their problem, what problems they are facing. That is what you are going to do. Okay, you are going to empathize. Then you are going to define, you are create on the basis of what you have gathered the opinions from the people. You are going to define your problem, then you are going to brainstorm, that is in the ideation phase you are going to brainstorm the solutions. Then out of all those possible solutions you are going to give a prototype. Okay, and from prototype you are going to go for the testing phase. That is what we saw. These were the tools which you can use. We are going to discuss this tools in our future labs. Right now, just these are, just understand that these are the tools which will help you to, in your subject like design thinking, like they are presentation tools or some graphic tools like that. This is what we discussed, various kinds of ways you can organize. I mean, sticky notes. We discussed about road mapping. We also saw visual prototyping. All those stuff we have already discussed. Your relevance, how your design thinking is relevant to your engineering. Okay. So let's move forward to your today's session. What we are going to do in today's session. Your today's session is all about your team formation, documentation, and canvas. We will pick one topic at a time. So we are going to go for team formation first in this session today. But before going for forming the team, I would like each and every student to tell me as well as the participants in this meeting about what are their areas of interest. Okay, I will call out one student and you are supposed to tell me that what are your areas of interest, and that itself I am going to consider it in your attendance also. So make sure you unmute yourself and answer to me. Okay, so the very first student in my list is Suman. Please unmute yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Suman, what are your interest? I mean, in which domain are you interested in?
I okay. Mainly, I am interested in security field, like in IT security field. I'm much more interested than anything else.
Pardon, where are you interested in which field?
IT security field.
Okay, IT security field. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so have you read any articles or blogs about anything about related to security?
Yeah, ma'am. I did a online course this lockdown about it.
Oh,
Related.
very well. Which one was the course?
It was IT security defense against digital arts, provided by Google, I guess.
Okay, and that was course was offered by which platform?
Google Coursera, actually.
Okay, from Coursera, is that so? Yes, Suman. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, Suman.
Yeah, it was from Coursera.
Okay. So, do you know anything about black box testing, white box testing?
Box. Are you talking about box?
Okay. And
Uh,
what else in security? Like you are interested in cyber hijacking, phishing.
I,
Particularly, can you identify particularly in which field in security?
yeah, it's about bug bounty.
Okay, bug bounty.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you done any bug bounty previously?
Yeah. Yesterday, I was able to hack a database of a website.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I reached there. I got all the credentials, but I didn't misuse it. I have the credentials, and I am trying to inform the website that I have your credentials and that your website is vulnerable to certain type of attack, and that you should add a security patch to cover that attack.
Very good. Good. It
Yeah.
is a nice field to explore. So, in IT security, also, I would like to tell that there are some few articles. One of the site which you can check out is Cybrary, Cybrary. They are
Okay.
offering courses on cyber security. You can look into it if you are interested much more inside that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Next is Bikash.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Bikash.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, so what is the domain you are interested in?
I don't have any idea. I'm still
You are
searching for it.
exploring. You are saying
Yes,
this. You
ma'am.
are still thought. Okay, then answer this question. Then, what is the most Google thing you do in terms of technical terms? Like you Google for any cloud-based things, or you Google for any machine learning robots, or you are Googling about any new technologies.
I think YouTube I will use tutorials for learning many
Tutorials about what?
about music editing, video editing,
About what? Can you please say again?
editing, music editing, video editing,
I am not getting. Can you say again?
music editing and video editing
Music editing, is
and
that
video
so?
editing.
Music editing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that is also one of the, you can go for sound engineers if you have heard about. Have you heard about sound engineers?
No, man.
Okay. Uh, Actually, sound engineers are the person who are, responsible for all the sound management in high-ended concerts. So it is not that being an engineer, you always have to work for any software firm or any, startup or something. There are sound engineers, and these engineers work as managing the sound waves, sound frequencies, and blending the music. Not like your DJs, that is a
Oh,
different perspective. But do search about sound engineers, you'll get more insight about it.
okay, ma'am.
Okay, so you are into tutorials about music editing. What else?
Else, learning still learning languages, C language, C++.
Okay, so you like to code them.
Little much, not more deeply.
Okay, anything related, interested in graphic side?
No, ma'am. I'm interested in bug boundary.
Okay, you are also interested in bug bounty like Suman. So you and Suman
Yeah,
sit
ma'am.
together and do the bug bounty.
Yeah, we have discussed about it one time.
Okay, you do the discussion about the same.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, fine. Thank you, Bikash. You
Thank
can
you,
mute
ma'am.
yourself.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, next is Kencho.
Hello, ma'am. Hello.
Good afternoon, Kencho.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, can you tell me in which domain you are interested in?
Maybe the language, ma'am.
In languages.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the programming languages.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I guess you're interested in coding stuff also.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I'm interested in coding, but sometimes the codes are difficult, ma'am.
Okay. Which one is so far so good for you? Which language?
I think the easiest one is the Python. Maybe I tried, but it's also
Uh,
self Python also.
Easiest one is which? I didn't get that.
Python, ma'am. Python.
Python. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the easiest one because libraries are there
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
predefined for everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
It's very easy.
Do you know with Python you can do machine learning also?
Yes, ma'am. I know that. Machine
Have
learning.
you explored that part?
No, ma'am. I'm like not complete with the Python. That's why I didn't go for the machine learning.
Okay. Have you done visualization part in Python?
No, ma'am. Just the basics ones, ma'am.
Okay. Do explore the visualization part of Python. In visualization, it is about graphs, various kinds
Graphs.
of graphs. Yeah, you
Okay, ma'am.
can visualize your data in histograms, or say if you want, comparison graphs, then those graphs are also available with
Okay,
the
ma'am.
with Matplotlib and all mathematical libraries you have to include in that,
Okay, ma'am.
and you
What about the machine learning, ma'am? Can you like
what
tell something about the machine learning, ma'am?
Okay, about machine learning, see in machine Python is very much popular while you are doing machine learning. Again, in
Yes.
machine learning, there is supervised machine learning and unsupervised machine learning.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
while you are dealing with supervised machine learning, these graphs, visualization of these graphs are very much helpful in identifying the nature of your data, like how your data is working in your machine or how your machine is learning your data.
Okay,
So
ma'am.
for that, you need to have a good grip over Python. So it is good
Yes, ma'am.
that you are going for Python, and along with that, you can also explore machine learning concepts also. Then,
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
okay, thank you, Kensho.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next in the list is Mihir.
Yes,
Mihir,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, please tell us what is your interested domain.
My interested domain is game development and digital marketing, ma'am.
You are interested in game development and
And digital marketing.
oh, cool. So, have you explored these two domains?
Yes, ma'am.
What have
I
you done?
From Google I took that digital marketing certification course that was of 126 modules.
Given
I
by Google?
Yes, ma'am. Offered by
Okay.
Google the
Yeah.
certification,
Okay.
and some courses related digital marketing from Coursera also.
Uh huh.
And for game development, I used most of the resources from the YouTube and
What did you use for game development?
Java, ma'am. Java, Pygame, and
Okay.
Unity.
So you have already developed any working game module,
Ma'am,
or
I'm
is
working. I'm
okay?
working.
You're working on it. Okay. You for marketing, you can also explore courses given by Accenture company.
Accenture company.
Accenture, yeah, Accenture. Accenture is the company, and it is providing some digital marketing online courses. If you are much interested in that side, you can check them out.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Next is Daniel. Daniel,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
What are your domain interests, Daniel?
Uh, Actually, this is my first class, ma'am.
It's okay, no problem.
Okay. What was
It
that?
is
What was?
it is not related to any previous session. I'm just asking like in which area you are interested in.
Oh, okay. I'm interested on coding of some applications to develop some applications like that. And
Coding of the applications. Is that so?
yeah,
Okay.
and sometimes in a video editor and graphic design. I'm
Okay.
interested on this
In design too,
graphic design and
graphic
video
designs.
editing. Video editing.
Okay. So which tool you are using for graphic design and video editing?
Actually, I use it for graphic design of like Adobe InDesign and Adobe Photoshop. And for video
Correct.
editor, yeah, for video editor, I use like movie editor,
Mm-hmm.
Filmora, and Video Scribe.
Okay, so have you published anywhere your work about
No,
graphics or video editing?
no, I didn't publish anything.
Okay, so it is just for kind of a hobby, I can say.
Yeah, yeah, you can say it's a hobby.
All right, fine. I'll look out for some options if you are interested in publishing any of your work. I
Okay,
do have one or two, names, but I'll just check out myself that those platforms are free or not. That I have to see, and then I'll let
okay,
you know.
okay. Thank you, man.
Okay. Next is Mohammad Asif Raja. Mohammad Asif,
Yes, good afternoon, ma'am.
good afternoon. So, tell me, what are your domain interests?
Ma'am, once I did a graphic designing course, so I think that
Okay,
is my interest.
you're interested with graphic designing. Did
Yeah,
course from which platform?
actually, I did it in. There was one. I don't know the organization name, but it was in Nepal, back to my country.
Okay.
It was like a 2 month course,
Uh-huh.
and I learned many things like the designation of invitation cards and the newspapers and
Okay, so
many more.
you're using any Illustrator or Adobe Photoshop, is that so?
Yeah, I used many. Actually, my teacher taught me many softwares, many applications, but I remember Macromedia. There was one app, Macromedia.
Okay, so you have published anywhere
No,
your
he
work?
just taught. He just taught me the front page designation of newspaper, and he gave me task
Okay.
to design it, so I designed it.
Okay, then you should be quite aware about the stages of designing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Okay, then it would be quite easier for you to understand the subject then.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mohammad Asif. You can go.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Mute
I can.
yourself. Mute yourself.
Oh,
Okay, next is Neol. Neol.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I
Yes,
pressed the wrong button.
it's okay. What are your domain interests?
My domain interests are mostly working some design parts, and like I've done some graphic designing using my friend said Photoshops.
Mm-hmm.
And back in when I was in high school, I used to create some sound beats for music.
Okay. So
And
I can see my students are quite interested in design portion, especially this batch. It's quite good.
yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
and thirdly, I like creating like problems for some. I mean creating ideas for some problem solvings for some problem like in coding. I like that.
Okay.
I like writing some ideas to create some problems that people are facing.
All right. Anything particular you have done in that area? Like you have identified issue and you have implemented or given a solution about it? Like for
Oh,
example, back at my home I had an issue that
yeah.
my mother could not reach the ropes where you put your clothes to soak in the sunlight. So what
Oh,
me
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
my so what me and my brother did, we
yeah.
made an automatic system that will just with one switch that rope will come down, My mom
yeah,
can
low.
put the clothes, and again with the help of the switch, that thing will go up. So that was automated by me and my brother. So have
Oh,
you
that's
done
a great idea.
anything like that?
Yeah, back I can't remember now, but like I used to create some problems like this back when I was at home, when I was a child, maybe in middle school. When I see something, some problem, I used to create some things. Like for example, I remember one time, uh, a leg, in the sofas that there are wheels with sofas back then.
Yes, yes.
One leg was broken and like I fixed it. I don't know how, but I was a child. I remember that. I used to do some kind of stuff like that.
Okay, okay. Fine. Let's go ahead. Quite an innovative part on your side, Neil.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, next in the list is Raneem. Raneem, are you there? Raneem Ali. Okay. Next, Sabij.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Sabij. So tell me, what are your domain interests?
Well, I'm interested in augmented reality and virtual reality, ma'am.
Oh wow! So augmented reality and virtual reality. Have you, gone through any articles about the same?
Yes, ma'am. I took a course in Coursera about augmented reality and virtual reality.
Okay, is that completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it was a certified course.
No, ma'am.
Okay, it
At
was.
that time, it wasn't certified.
Okay. Have you done any, article reading or blog reading about the ongoing virtual reality or augmentation?
Uh, yes, ma'am. I have read about augmented reality.
Okay, what have you read about it?
Well, it wasn't that much advanced blog, but it was just a basic blog, ma'am.
It's okay. What have you read about that?
It told that augmented reality can be the future of studies in different fields like military, medicines, and other fields. It is also useful. It is creating a. It told us that it is creating any object in the real world virtually,
Correct.
unlike virtual reality where the the entire world is created virtually.
Yes,
Such
augmented
things.
reality is nowadays implemented by many big companies
Yes,
for
like Facebook,
advertisements.
Snapchats.
Yeah,
Hmm.
for advertisements also, augmented reality and virtual reality are used.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, Sabich, and
Thank you,
very
ma'am.
nice domain interest.
Thank you, ma'am.
Let's go for the next student. Next in the list is Sachit. Sachit, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, Sachit, what is your domain interest?
Can you tell once more what are you
What
asking?
what is your domain interest?
I want to be a CEO of Google.
Pardon?
No,
Say again.
I want to become a CEO of Google.
Okay, so you want to take the place of Satya Nadella? Is that so?
Sundar Pichai, ma'am. You are wrong. Sundar Pichai.
Okay, that was a test. I wanted to know who is the CEO right now, if you know it, and with whose position you are going to take. Correct.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so that is actually such a an ambition. That is your ambition. I'm not asking about your ambition. I'm talking about your interest, your
Ma'am,
domain interest.
I want to run a smartphone company that will lead world market.
Again, that is an ambition. See, what do I mean by domain is like in what area of computer science engineering would you like to work in or would you get in touch with?
Okay, ma'am. Then I'm interested in neuro engines, क्या होने वाला है? AI technology and networking, ma'am.
You are interested in neural networks, if I heard correctly.
Yes, ma'am.
And what else?
And smartphones.
Artificial intelligence. Your voice is cracking. That's why.
Ma'am, there is network issue today. That's why.
Okay, no problem. Did you say artificial intelligence?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so AI and one more thing you said, I guess. Three things you said.
Yes, ma'am.
What is the third one?
Ma'am, networking and smartphone.
Okay, networking and smartphones. Okay, networking is also one of my domain interest also. So, have you read anything about any of these three, Sachit? Like it cannot be always the technical. See, students, this is for everybody. I'm not asking like in technical terms that.
Ma'am, I have taken the course of Google Cloud Computing.
Okay, you took on a course on Google Cloud Computing. All right. So, with Google Cloud Computing, are you aware with AWS?
No, ma'am, I haven't completed the course.
Okay. Because in AWS also there is the concepts of cloud. You can also, explore Azure, Azure. Microsoft, it is the concept given by, it is a platform given by Microsoft. It
भूख
is
लगी रहता है
Microsoft Azure. There is Amazon AWS Cloud.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And you have completed Google Cloud course or you are doing Google Cloud course?
I'm doing, ma'am.
Okay, you're doing it. You shall be certified for it.
Excuse me, ma'am.
You shall get a certification for that.
Yes, of course, ma'am. I will do it.
Okay, fine. Okay, Sachit, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
You can mute
Ma'am, my
yourself.
mother is calling for the food. Can I go?
Sorry?
My mother is calling to take lunch. Can I go, ma'am?
Yes, but do join the session again.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, the next student is Tilaun. Tilaun.
Yes, ma'am.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, what is your domain interest?
Okay, my domain interest is I wanted to be like I wanted to do in airport, like controlling the plane motion, like controlling the security of the plane, like so I want to do in that.
Okay, so you are saying that you work as an operational staff at airport security.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, but that is also nice ambition. Again, this is an ambition. What is your domain interest in this particular discipline?
In which?
In computer science.
Like designing, like developing code, designing, like
Right.
creating an app. Creating an app is my domain interest.
Which is your domain interest?
Yeah, designing a code, creating app like every
Okay.
app.
Okay. So designing and coding. Did I hear correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So how by far which coding language you found very much easy to do work with?
C plus is very easy for
C++.
me. Yes.
Okay. And in designing part, what is your forte? I can say which in what design part are you very comfortable with?
Design. No, ma'am, I didn't start anything.
Okay. Fine. You can mute yourself. Yograj,
Yes, ma'am.
good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, dear. So tell me, what are your domain interests?
I'm interested in distributed computing.
You're interested in computing.
Distributed computing, yeah.
Am I hearing correct? You're interested in computing.
Distributed computing, yeah.
Distributed computing. Okay. So have you heard about any distributed computational, or have you heard about any distributed computational articles, or have you read about them?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, ma'am. I've read uh, a few articles, research paper about the distributed computing, and doing some a kind of research on the application of the distributed computing.
Okay, so from what is the source of your articles? From where are you reading those articles?
Oh, ma'am, I have joined some groups on the internet. For example, the application of distributed computing, maybe the blockchain is one of the most popular application, and
Uh-huh.
I'm quite interested in blockchain. And from there, I can get a lot of research paper and videos and a lot of opportunities about it to uh, read.
Okay, have you heard about IEEE?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. I have read some articles or some research papers from that also.
Okay, have you heard about Science Direct?
Science Direct. I think I have read. I don't know when about it.
It is also one of the platform, Science Direct. Elsewhere, have you heard about it?
Science Direct. Yeah, ma'am. I have read. I think of article from Science Direct. It's for research paper.
Elsewhere is also one of the platform.
Else, what, ma'am?
Elsewhere, ELSIEVER.
Yes, yeah.
Elsewhere. That is also one of the platform where you can read about distributed computing.
Thank you, ma'am.
There are quite a good points, good articles about them, especially in IEEE and Science Direct.
Yeah, IEEE. It's very good. Must say.
Okay, anyone left in the list, from the list?
Yes, ma'am.
Yograj, you can mute yourself, thank you.
Can you repeat the question, ma'am? The internet is quite slow in hostel right now, so
So internet is slow, so you want me to repeat again, is that so?
yeah, ma'am.
You can mute yourself. I am done asking with you for now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anybody left? Raneem Ali, again I'm asking you out.
Yes, madam.
Okay, Raneem. Can you tell me what are your domain interests?
What are the?
Your domain interests?
I didn't get you. Can you write it to me?
You want me to write it down in the chat?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Hey, can you finish the scene for me?
There you go, your question. What are your domain interests, Ranil?
Domain interest. No, yeah, I will write it, madam. It's a particular. It's a particular field of thought, activity, or interest. Right? It's a particular field of thought, activity, or interest.
Yes, right. So I'm asking, in this computer engineering field, you are in computer engineering field, right? The student
Yeah.
of a computer engineer or IT field. So in this field, which domain would you like to, explore? Like there are domains like security, there is a domain of cloud computing, there is a domain of digital marketing, there is a domain of artificial intelligence and machine learning. So which kind of a domain are you interested in?
Artificial intelligence.
Okay, you are interested in artificial intelligence. So uh, have you seen any videos about artificial intelligence, or have you read about it anywhere?
Yeah, I've seen and I read about it. I've even watched movies about it.
Okay, you have read notes about it?
You want me to say notes about it?
No, I just want to you. I want you to speak about what notes were they about, like what were they discussing?
They were discussing that if we are going to put the AI in the machine learning, like in the machines, so
Mm-hmm.
they can do the job really so specifically, so they won't make any mistakes. Just like they made a robot of doctors and robot of uh, doing the job in factories, robots of everything, so it can help people to make the job without any mistakes.
Okay, so that article was about, I can suppose, the pros and cons of having artificial intelligence in our society.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, quite a good article and quite a debatable topic also, Ranil. So thank you for your inputs. You can mute yourself.
Thank you, madam.
All right. So students, moving to your first task of this lab. Everybody is now aware of each and every one's domain. If you were listening, even if you're not, what you are going to do from your next lab onwards, I'm giving you 1 week of a time. You have to make groups among yourself. Okay, you are students of my B batch, so you have to make group of 3 students or 4 students. Okay, and the group can be of students having similar interest, that also fine. If you want to make group with your friends in the B batch, then also it's fine. You have to make so task number 1, you have to make a group. Okay, a group of 3 or 4 students, that is your first thing you will be doing. Can't we do individually? Mm, individually, I don't mind, but if you don't find anyone or you don't want to get included in group, it's okay. But I don't mind individually also. It's okay if you want to do being an individual also, it's fine. But I will urge you to do in group. It will be helpful for you guys. But even if you are comfortable doing your things or working individually, then also no problem. You can do that. Okay, so that is task number 1. Form groups among yourself. You can make group with people who is sharing your domain interest, or with your friends. It is on you. I am not making your groups. Neither I am making any people to come together into one group. I am not making you to do that. I am not making myself to do that. I am asking you guys to make the group. Second thing, at the end of this day, I will share one Google Sheet among you and your other batchmates of batch A. Okay. And what you are going to do with that Google Sheet? First of all, you are going to enter the group members. Okay. I will see that how many students are there in my batch A. Accordingly, I'll give you a Google Sheet. In that, enter a group wise, like group 1. In that, if I have members of group 1 as Bikash, Daniel and Mihir, then they are in group 1. Okay. Then after that, group 2, Mohammad Asif, Neol and Sabich. Okay, like that. So write the information. Yes, Ryograj, batch A and batch B. I am going to share it with batch B also. You guys are my batch A students. So see to it that you enter in the worksheet of batch A only, and not in the worksheet of batch B. Okay, I'll share a Google Sheet at the end of by the end of this day, and in that, first thing, what you have to do, you have to enter your names along with your group members. If you are in group, enter your names as group 1, and your names group 2, your names, like that. In parallel to that, there will be one column about the robot which you are going to present. So that is your task number 3. Your first task is to form the group. Your second task is to enter the details about your group in the Google Sheet. And your task number 3 is you have to prepare a summary about a robot which is functioning on the principles of AI and ML. Okay, machine learning or artificial intelligence. There are quite a few robots, so it is not like, there are just 2 or 3 robots. So see to it that when you enter, like let's say for example, group 1 has entered the robot name as Sophia. So Sophia won't be getting repeated by any other group. And just like your queues, it is first come, first serve. So whichever group is entering or taking the robot, particular robot, that summary robot will be theirs. No other group can take that robot then. Okay. So please take care of this. If group 1 is taking, let's say, a robot named Sophia, then they are going to prepare a summary, let's say 1 or 2 slide of your presentation, like what is that robot doing, like the purpose of that robot, and what technologies are involved in building that robot. And I want technical terms, okay, not like it is used for any hands-on machinery work or like that. I want technical specifications, like is it based on supervised machine learning, is it based on non-supervised machine learning, which algorithm, if you can find, it is using to learn, like that. Okay, so not more than 3 slides of presentation. You have to prepare a summary. in form of your presentation, and I will take that presentation group wise in your next lab. Clear all the instructions? Repeating once again, your first task is to form the groups, okay, of 3 students or 4 students. It is on you. If you want to work individually, then also it's fine. Second thing, second task, you are going to enter the information about your group. Who are your group members? You are going to enter the info in the Google Sheet, which I shall share among you guys. And in that sheet only, in front of your group, third task, you are going to mention about the one robot whose summary you are going to present to me in the next lab session. Clear? Everybody? Any doubts? Yes, students, any doubts? Okay, Suman has acknowledged. Anybody else having doubts in this? Okay. Now, once you go for a team formation, as a team member, what you are supposed to be doing? You are supposed to be bifurcating or say dividing your work. So, how are you going to do your team formation? The first stage is forming of your team. You are going, Daniel, as I said, first come, first served. If that group has already entered the name as Sophia, then second group won't be taking Sophia. You have to search for another robot. Okay, so forming is the first thing. You are going to form your team. Then you are going to do the storming. That means you are going to identify the problem. Okay, what kind of problem you are going to identify, that also I am going to explain it to you. Then you are going to do the norming. What is norming? Norming means finding a solution, like what are the possible solutions, okay, and helping each other in discussing what are the pros and cons of each solutions. Once you reach the optimum solution, you are going to perform that solution, I mean building a prototype, and then you are going to test how much success that prototype is giving you for that particular definition. Okay, so that is what your team forming is about. Then comes your documentation part. Now everybody kindly open your lab manuals. If you have not downloaded the lab manuals, it is in your e-content. You can find it under the subject of DTPS lab manual section. Download that manual. I'm giving you a minute if you have not downloaded it. Those who have already downloaded, kindly open that manual. I suppose everybody can find a manual in your DTPS subject under the section of lab manual. Anybody not getting that? Students? Everybody has opened their lab manuals? Yes, no? Kindly answer. Yes, guys, please answer me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Chianidi, you can find it in your e-content section. Okay, Suman. Then I suppose I have to show on the screen if that is the case. Anybody else with the same case?
There's a lot of lab manual. Which one I should download?
In your DTPS subject, there would be a Word format manual.
In my what?
In your DTPS subject, there would be a Word format manual for you.
I will try to find it.
It would be something like this, as you can see onto your screen. Okay, so what are we going to do with this manual? See, in if we were meeting face to face, you were supposed to, you know, print this manual in a hard copy, and you had to write everything in your own words. Okay, but as we are going in an online format right now, your classes are going online, so I have provided you the Word format. In that Word format, you are going to fill in the details wherever it is a blank space. For example, in the second page of your manual, there is a space called team name. Okay, so you can in the team name, you can write the problem which you are going to discuss in your lab manual. Okay, and after that you have student 1 name, student 2 name, along with your enrollment numbers. There you can fill in your information, like let's say, for example, Raneem, Bikash and Chianidhi are in one group. Then name Raneem, your enrollment number, Bikash, name, your and enrollment number, and so on. Okay, like that you have to fill in. Next, in your lab manual is about discovery. Okay, the first section is about discovery. So you have to understand your challenge. You have to define your challenge. Okay, so here what kind of challenges you are going to look for? First of all, see, if we were, you know, in a previous normal stage, I would have asked you guys to go and look out for some ongoing problems. Okay, ongoing means those problems who don't have any solutions yet. But right now it is not very much feasible for each and every student to go and search for those kind of solutions. So what I would suggest you guys to do is pick up one case study, a technical case study. For example, I read about one of the technical case study was about an incubation. Now listen very carefully. It is a bit about uh, yeah, getting an incubation in the country of Nepal. Okay, the students from Stanford University traveled to Nepal because some small children there in that country were affected by hypothermia. Okay, because of winter, they were not getting proper incubation, and so the students. This is a case study by Stanford University students. Okay, so relating that case study, what they wish here in this section. First, understand the case study. I'll tell you what they did and what all.
And these projects will be done in handwritten, or we can type it and print it.
No, right now keep it in online format only.
Okay, ma'am.
Don't print it and then write it down again. When you have to submit, you have to then scan again those printed pages and you have to send me. Don't do that. That's why I have provided you the Word file in your e-content. So let's talk about that case study first. The problem was there were no incubators facility back there in their homes, in that small children homes. Okay, and the hospitals were like very far away. Like it was more than 15 miles or 20 miles far away, and traveling even at home, those thought of they thought of installing incubations at the homes of their children itself. Okay, then like they came back, they traveled to India. In India also, in some of the northern regions, the same problem were occurring. But what they found, the problem in India was like another one more complexity, you can say, that parents here were not very particular about the instructions given. For example, if the doctor has prescribed us a medicine of 500 grams, then we have a tendency to take that medicine only half of it, or we might judge ourselves only that okay, now I am fine, I don't need to complete this antibiotic course, so you'll stop taking that medicine. So that kind of conditions were prevailing when they came and did a research work in India. Okay, so what they made modifications in their incubation was, first to judge themselves the right or say the accurate temperature for your incubation. So that is not the correct ideal way. So what they did, they removed that temperature adjustment roller. Okay, instead they kept an indicator. As soon as the temperature came to the level of that indicator would signal okay, and at that time the parents of those children would know that now that incubation system is perfect for their children. Okay, so these were the changes. So see, this is a real time problem right now. So relating what you guys understood here in your lab manual, what you have to do, you have to find such case studies. Okay, so some case studies like which I discussed right now. I will also give you one more example of a factory. We'll see it right now in your lab manual. What you have to do is, see here in this section, things we wish we would exist. What shall come? Relate it with that incubator example. What do we wish? What do we wish to make? Yes, Bikash, unmute yourself. Bikash,
Yes, ma'am.
you heard the case study?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you identify what this section will have information about regarding that case study?
Uh, I don't have any idea.
What to say?
Okay. See, what do we wish we would exist there in this case? Can you separate it from your given the case study which I explained you recently? Okay, answer like this. What was the problem initially? Did you understand the case study or not? Just answer that.
No, ma'am.
Okay, no. Okay, anybody else who understood the case study? Yes, students, please answer. Did you understand the case study? Okay, no. Fine. Let me go with some visual case study. Okay, this was just me talking and you listening, and I suppose that was not very much helpful. Okay, let me take you to the visual case study then. Look onto your screens and answer. Okay. We are going to discuss a case study about automatic weighbridge. Look at the picture, observe the picture, and tell me what can you make out of it.
Hey, ma'am.
Yes, Chianidhi?
I think it measures the total weight of the truck with along with the carrying of loads.
Oh, okay. Anybody else? Okay, Sabij is saying the tall.
टोल नाका मैम
नहीं सबीज exactly सही नहीं है. It is not exactly correct. What else can you make out of this picture? Daniel?
Hello, mom.
What?
I think I see on the picture. I think it's a tester station for passing of those trucks through the bridge. For the passing, they should have to measure on this station or something like.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I understand this picture.
Okay, thank you for your inputs. Mohammad Asif, what do you mean by what have you written? Unmute yourself, Mohammad Asif. Okay. Suman, you are saying that toll naka kind of thing where you are weighing the truck, automatically it is measured when it is passing. Okay. Quite a bit nearer you are. See, as the name suggests, it is an automatic weighbridge. Okay. Now, what that automatic weighbridge is doing, let me first tell you what my problem was. Okay. I was actually associated with one of the manufacturing factories previously, and this case study is from that factory. Have you heard about JK Lakshmi? The name? Any student has heard about it?
No, ma'am.
Okay, it is one of the powerful group responsible for manufacturing your printing papers, tires, cements. It has quite a few, branched out company, and I was associated with that company. a few months back, and this automatic weighbridge is the case study from there. What problem actually this factory was facing? You pick up any factory, any manufacturing unit, there are weighing bridge. Okay, this platform which you are seeing, this orange platform, is actually a weigh bridge. What this weigh bridge are used for? They are used to measure the weight of the trucks. Okay, twice the weight are getting measured. Once when the truck is entering the factory, and second when the truck is leaving the factory. Okay, so what is the purpose of this weigh bridge? To measure that correct amount of quantity of your production goes out of your factory. Okay, but what is happening, like generally this house like structure, if you can observe, it is actually a office. Okay, office where 2 people or 3 people are sitting on the computer system. They will identify the weight from the machine, and they will enter the records. Okay, so sometimes what used to happen, they used to these man-made or say manned operations were generating issues. Like if me and Neol are sitting in that office, okay, and somehow Neol gave me wrong calculation about the weight, and I have entered that data in my system. So all my calculations pertaining that particular calculation will go wrong. So the problem was when the truck was getting loaded, wrong amount of production was getting loaded into it. It can be either less or it can be either more. So there was no accuracy, no precise amount of load was getting loaded inside the truck. Okay, so that is the problem. So this is a real-time case. So relating with your lab manual, what I am going to write here, what I wish would exist, I wish an automatic system would have existed so that these kind of human errors can be rectified or reduced. Okay, now getting what you are going to write in your lab manuals?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
Okay, everybody else, I suppose you are relating and getting now. Okay, somewhat you are understanding. Okay, so it's okay, you'll get slowly what you are going to do. So in my case, somebody's mic is on. Okay, in my case, what I want would exist, automatic weighing system should exist. Okay, here in this section, how might we? Then I'm going to go and ask the person who is handling the operations of that system, like what do you want? How you want your automatic system to be working? So here what I'm going to write here is, I want a system which will work without human intervention. I don't want any person to be doing any kind of work in this system. It should be automatic. So how might we can be one of your outlook, like how are you going to do it initially. Okay, in your next section you have create a project plan section. Okay, in that create a project plan, what you are going to do, you are going to sketch out your end goals. Here you are going to sketch out what in the end you should be producing or say giving the solution. So what should be my end goal? I want an automatic system that will generate the weight of my truck very accurately. Okay, so that would be my end goals here. Next, define indicators of success. How can I say that I have successfully got the solution? Like I am very much successful, my results are accurate. On what basis I can say? So these indicators will go here. Okay. Next, establish the constraints. Like what are the constraints? First, there should be a truck. That is a constraint. There should be sensors. That is a constraint. There should be a programming mechanism that will pick up the sensed weight and give onto my screen. That can be a constraint. Okay. So all those things will go under establish the constraints. Clear till here? Everybody listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So going over to your next, there is 1.1.3 section where you are going to mention about your brief plan. Okay? Like you have to, in brief, you have to clarify the challenge that you would like to address. What is my challenge here? I want to remove human intervention and make the system automatic. So that is my brief challenge. In very brief words, I have expressed the challenge. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what about else? Others? Okay. Next is the challenge question. Okay. Capture the design challenge you have decided to work on. So again, you have to elaborate your challenge. There you wrote about your challenge in brief. Okay. Here you have to elaborate about your challenge. Like what exactly is your challenge? What is the problem you are facing? Okay. Or what the user is facing the problem. That is what you are going to do in your challenge question. So in the case of this automatic way bridge, what shall be here? What can I write here? Can anyone give me an input?
Hey, ma'am.
Yes, Neol?
I think we can write maybe like difficulties, maybe or challenging questions, like some approach.
Yes, right, absolutely. I'm going to write about the present difficulties which I'm facing in my present situation or present, you can say, the problem.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that in-depth thing you are going to write here in your challenge question.
Okay.
Mohammed Asif, right now we are not going to write solutions about the problem. We will write that in next sections. In 1.1.5, you are going to write about things which you already know about that challenge. Okay. So here I already know how the weight is taken. Like it is taken by some, 2 or 3 people, but the procedure I know, right? That the truck needs to come onto that platform. Then my weight is getting calculated. That weight is displayed on the screen. From that screen, that person is from this screen. Like let's say a person is standing here near this black pole. From there, he is going to read the digits, or you can say the weight, and then inside the office one man is there who is going to enter the data about that weight. So that particular thing, or say that particular procedure I know. So you are going to write those in this section, that what do you believe you already know about this challenge. Okay, what do you like to learn more about it? So capture your assumptions and your questions here. What are you assuming? What are you? What would you like to learn more about it? As such, like in this case, you can say that is that person directly like going and entering into the data, or he is asking someone else to go inside the office and entering the data, those kind of questions. Okay, clear? In these two sections we already know and we want to know more about. In these two sections you are going to write about those information. Clear till here?
Yeah, ma'am.
Anybody is having any doubts? See, apart from Neol, Bikash, Suman, Kencho, I am not getting any answer. Chianidhi it's fine. Chianidhi, it's fine. I can see that you are trying to answer, but maybe due to some network issues you are not able to. But what about others? Daniel, Ilyas, Mihir, Ranim, Yograj, Tilaun, clear till here?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay. See, wherever you find any doubt, please stop me at that moment itself, okay? So that I can clear at that time only. Then in 1.1.6, you are going to define your audience. By defining your audience, I mean who are your core users? Who are the core users of your case study? In my case study, it is the workers, right? The workers here who are doing the job, they are my core users. So, or you can say the controller who is getting the weight and who is getting the instruction that this much of weight should be loaded on the truck. That person is my core audience. So you are going to write about those audience, like who are you designing this solution for? What have you sorry, what have you understood about that? You mean the empathizing phase. Okay, you are going to ask some questions to those audience. Next is the extended audience. This you can keep it as an optional, that apart from those who are the connected people who are directly or indirectly going to use your solution, that is one thing you can do. Okay, clear till here, people? What you are going to enter in all these blank spaces?
Yeah, ma'am. Say.
Okay. Yograj, you are getting confused with similar like options. Okay, exactly which part? This between core audience and extended audience?
No, ma'am, above that.
Above that, okay.
Yeah.
Above which we want to know more about and we already know.
Yeah, like these types of
Okay.
options.
In our case, what we already know is that this mechanism is a man operated mechanism right now.
Yeah.
Okay, and what is the procedure? We know the procedure, that a truck needs to come on that weighing bridge, then the weight is getting calculated, then a person is recording that weight, and then he is entering into the database. Okay,
Yeah.
so those things we already know. So those kind of things will come under this section of we already know section. Okay,
Yeah.
what more we want to know about it? So that means we want more insight about the procedure. So in our case, we will go and ask about the procedure, that are you recording it directly into your computer, or you are recording it in some kind of a register or say logbook, and then you are going and entering the data from the logbook. So those kind of information will go from in this section, like what you want to know more about.
Oh, go some deeper insight of that.
Correct. Deeper insights. Okay. So before moving on to your next section, which is discovery, like prepare a research, identify the sources of information, I have one more case study of automatic cement bag counter. You want to discuss this case study or you want to keep it for a next session? I have 2 case studies.
Yeah, we could discuss it. Yes, sir.
You want me to discuss it now, today itself, or you want to keep it for the next session?
We could try today.
Okay, today itself. Yes, Mohammed Asif. Any issue? Okay, you said about next session. But majority of your friends are, wanting it to be discussed today. Okay. Uh, Let me give you an overview about this. If you have visited or seen any videos about production units, yeah, I'll give you an overview. Okay, we'll discuss in detail with keeping your lab manual in mind in your next session, but I'll give an overview about this. Anybody has visited any factory, production factory, where some of your items are getting produced? Anybody
ma'am.
has visited?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Chianidi has said yes, and Daniel, I guess you answered yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what was the factory about?
It was a beer factory, beer.
Pardon, I didn't get you.
A beer factory, beer.
Okay, beer factory.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, actually it's a drink factory.
Okay, and what did you observe on the production line?
I saw the same in this picture. They count the beers like same like this picture. I saw like same this picture.
Okay, so you must have observed the bottles getting filled on the production line and then boxes, crates
Yeah,
of those
yeah,
bottles coming out onto your conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. I saw that.
Okay, that is
And
what, yeah.
and I saw some robots. They perform this stuff like packing and translating to other part of.
Correct. Correct. Anybody aware about a program on History Channel called Food Factory?
Yeah, ma'am. I've seen in Discovery, National Geographic channels.
Correct. There also you can observe the production lines, right? In one of the episodes of, I guess, Heinz Ketchup, they were showing the production line of Heinz, and many other companies' production lines and food products are demonstrated in that. So you might have why I am talking about this stuff, because this cement bag counter is related to that production line. Here those cement bags were continuously going on that conveyor belt, and at the end of your conveyor belt there is your truck which is to be loaded with your cement bags. Okay, so that's why we were discussing the production line of various kinds of factories. See what the problem again here was. Before giving an automation mechanism, previously 2 people used to stand near the conveyor belt and they used to count each and every bag passing on to the conveyor belt. There were actually junctions. Okay, you can say this corner is one junction and this is another junction. And what used to happen, 2 people used to stand, one here at this junction, one at this junction. Okay, and they used to count the number of bags going from this conveyor belt. So what error used to come? This count and this count sometimes didn't match, and thus the problem was not accurate amount of cement bags were getting loaded. Okay, so what those people at that production factory did, they installed sensors at this junction and one sensor at this junction. Uh, and depending, that is the example which I'm giving you. In real time, there were 4 sensors which were installed. Okay, and those 4 sensors were picking up the cement bags. So how they were picking up? They were identifying the hump of the cement bag. As soon as they, that object sensor senses the hump, this is the hump, see, because your cement bags are not entirely straight, there is a hump. So as soon as they detected the hump, the count was made. Okay, and using your sensors, the sensor is like this, the one I'm showing you in the picture, those kinds of sensors are used. And using Arduino, okay, Arduino programming, the count was getting calculated and it was given to the controller unit, and only that much amount of cement bag was loaded on your truck. Okay, I'll stop sharing my screen for a moment because I need to show you a video regarding that. Please stay in the session. I'm showing you one video. We'll discuss this case study in our next session, of course. And it will be helpful for you to, write, to identify a case study of your group. Okay, and wait. Okay, I'm presenting my screen. Can you see on my screen, there is a person keeping a hand on the sensor. Wait, let me play it back. Let me play it back again. See, there is a man who is keeping his hand on the sensor, and here this red light is automatically sensing that. So that is the sensor which we had used, this kind, which was detecting as soon as the sensor was detecting any physical entity, it would be blinking. If you can see, this is he has kept his hand over here. This is the sensor. Is it visible to you guys? Okay, yeah.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
This is the sensor in his hand, and he is obstructing that sensor. And as soon as that sensor is sensing, it is, see, this red light is blinking. Okay, and how that count is getting counted. With each blink, the count is getting counted, and this green color board is actually mounted with Arduino programming. Okay, so this is a real-time example of counting a bag. We shall discuss it more further when we are discussing this case study in depth. I have one more video about it which we shall see in your next session. For now, everybody clear till this section 1.1.6? Define your audience.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Tilawan, the first task for your next session, I am just summarizing for all of you, not just Tilawan. After this session, what is the first thing you are going to do is form group among yourself. Okay, form group among yourself. 3 or 4 students only in one group, not more than 4 students. Then enter the details of your group in the sheet which I am going to share. I have not yet shared with you. By the end of this day, I shall share, or by end of tomorrow. Okay, not more than, not, it won't be later than that. I will share you the sheet. Write your name along with your group members. Okay, so that I can come to know who is in whose group. In front of your group, what you are going to do, you are going to write the name of the robot which you are going to summarize. I just want a small summary in form of a 2 or 3 slide presentation. Okay, and the group who is taking the first, it is first come first serve. So the group who is taking a robot, for example called Sophia, then next other groups won't be able to take that robot. Okay, you have to search for another robot. And in the summary, what you are going to write about, you are going to write about who has developed that robot, on what technology that robot is working, and on what is the purpose of that robot. Okay, 3 slides only, not more than 3 slides.
Ma'am,
Yes, Suman.
Hello, ma'am.
Suman. Yes, Janedi.
Are we just supposed to talk about just robots alone? Can't we talk about any other form of technology?
No, right now we would like to discuss about AI robots only, AI ML robots only. What other idea you have?
It's okay.
You can discuss with your group mates and you can contact me. If it is feasible and I find it accurate, then I will definitely allow it. No restrictions.
All right. All right.
Okay, first form your group, discuss among your group mates, but try to include a robot. But if all of you are
Yeah,
not,
actually, it's kind of a digital system. It's kind of a digital system. Face recognition digital system.
Discuss with your group members first. Okay, form your group and discuss with your group members. Is if all 3 of you agree to give a presentation on that, then do let me know. If I'll find it okay, you can include that. Okay, Suman, what is your doubt? You will give us form to fill the group details. No, not form. I'm going to share a sheet, Google sheet. Okay, as soon as I share the sheet, I shall inform you guys either in the Telegram group or WhatsApp group. Fine? So you don't have to go and keep on checking. As soon as I share, I shall inform you guys in the group. Okay, so let me take your attendance now.